The Business and Human Rights Catalyst is an initiative at Alliance Manchester Business School. It's one of the first business and human rights research centres in any business school in the world. It was set up as a project following a donation from Lord Alliance a few years ago, and was identified as a key area, a crucial area for increasing business understanding and research. The Business and Human Rights Catalyst is a project that will do three things primarily. It will engage actively with businesses and understand how businesses are approaching key challenges that they're facing around modern day slavery, around supply chains, around value chains, and help them understand the challenges of those new types of areas for business risk, and to be able to address those. It will undertake key research, grant-funded research in those areas, and will also engage in policy dialogue and discussion. So it's really designed to be a safe space for businesses and academics to be able to discuss these new challenges that businesses are facing in relation to responsibility for human rights. Global political contexts indicate that we are at a really crucial time in globalisation, where we're being told that it's broken, not working. Add to that discussion around the Sustainable Development Goals, how water is going to become more important than oil, how gender is going to be a hugely significant issue. Now, these are all indicative of major shifts in the way that we think about economics, the way that we think about business activity, and the way that we think about business profitability. Now, if businesses do not respond to these risks, they will undermine the whole rationale for business activity. They will undermine their social license to operate, and it will become increasingly difficult for businesses to secure access to markets, income streams, capital flows, access to labour, access to consumers. So the reason why businesses will increasingly be asked to engage with the business and human rights agenda is because we're at a really fundamental part, I think, in the history of economic and business activity, where we could be talking about a shift in economic model. And the businesses which are ahead of the curve, and we can think of companies like Unilever and others, put themselves in a position of being able to maximise their profitability within those new business models. The companies which don't respond will be like those companies that didn't respond to the internet revolution, and they'll be left behind. I think business and human rights is the corporate social responsibility equivalent of the internet. It will fundamentally change business models. Companies that don't respond, the photographic companies that continued to publish photographs with paper and not moving to digital, they'll go out of business. Companies that don't respond to human rights, maybe not in this generation of leaders, but the second or third generation of leaders, they'll go out of business. I think business and human rights is already a source and stimulus of a huge amount of innovation and entrepreneurship. If you look at startups that are trying to combine doing well with doing good, then those are the startups, very many of them, that are progressing extremely, extremely well. I was talking to a private equity company recently, and private equity are extremely interested in business and human rights because of the risks associated with investment, but also because of the huge potential for growth amongst companies that identify business opportunities for advancing and realising human rights. There's tremendous examples of business innovation. For example, just in response to the refugee challenge, IKEA used the refugee challenge and refugee camps as a stimulus for innovating around portable homes, innovating homes that people can carry with them. Tech companies are using the refugee crisis as a source for motivating staff to engage in the crisis and simultaneously innovate new ways of data and information sharing within refugee communities. So business and human rights can be a huge source of innovation, profitability, and change. And I think that's, when you combine these different elements together, I think that's what gets students excited. I think that's what gets future leaders excited about discussions within a business school context where they can be creative, where they can be innovative, where they can look for new market opportunities, where they can develop the next generation of highly profitable companies, but are combining profitability with addressing major social issues and making sure that they can sleep well at night because they're making a difference.